The holiday season has officially arrived here in Lake Orion. Hundreds of attendees enjoyed music, food, and fun at the Jolly Folly event at Buick GMC. And Lake Orion residents lined the streets of downtown Lake Orion to enjoy the annual lighted Christmas parade despite a cold and rainy evening. Local children were treated to a meal of green eggs and ham during Orion Township's Breakfast with the Grinch event. And Lake Orion High School can now add the 2018 varsity volleyball team to its championship banner. Hello everyone, I'm Stacy Calloway. I'll have those stories and more on this edition of ONTV News. The holiday season officially kicked off in the Orion area with several events taking place over the first weekend in December, including the Orion Lighted Christmas Parade. But the parade wouldn't be possible without an annual fundraiser that took place the night before the parade. On the evening of Friday, November 30th, Buick GMC was the site of the 12th annual Jolly Folly. More than 400 people enjoyed a night of music, food, and fun, with proceeds from ticket sales and a silent auction benefiting next year's Christmas parade.
Buick GMC has been putting it on for approximately 12 years. We started out with about 100 people showing up. We are now at the biggest one-night affair, attended affair here in Lake Orion. We probably got about, if the fire marshal's not listening, I hope, 415 people here. So we've got a lot of people here. You can see the lines are still coming around to come in. We got a huge silent auction, so we're been working at this for about a month or so. Sold out in 10 days.
Organizers hope to raise over $16,000 at the event. Since Buick GMC covers all the expenses, all of the money goes right back into the community.
Oh, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh.
We have always felt that anytime we can give back to the community, and this is one way of doing it, and we don't just raise this money just for the parade, we try to raise enough extra money so that we can give to other causes in the community. So the parade group's been around for a long time, and we've been very fortunate to host this party for the last 12 years. And it's just a great night, and it's the right time of year to be giving back to the community. So, I mean, what's better than this, right? This is great.
Not only did the event help get attendees into the Christmas spirit, but everyone had another reason to celebrate.
It's John Cooper's birthday. He's 64 today, and he's one of the most giving people in our entire community. John Cooper, happy birthday. I love you. Thanks for having a heck of a birthday party.
Just 24 hours later, Orion area residents began lining the streets of downtown Lake Orion for the start of the lighted Christmas parade. Leading the way as usual was Police Chief Jerry Narsh in the department's 1941 vintage police car. Riding in the passenger seat was honored veteran Ken Smith. Recognized as Citizen of the Year was Dawn Ames, the Director of Family Ministry at Lake Orion United Methodist Church. The weather refused to cooperate with a steady drizzle, soaking participants throughout the night, but that didn't seem to affect anyone's enthusiasm. This year's theme was Rocking Down Broadway, and 129 entries assembled at Blanche Sims Elementary and made their way through the village. Community groups, marching bands, and local businesses took part in the parade, highlighted by spectacular lighted floats. Rockin' Ronnie and John Cooper provided the commentary as the parade made its way down Broadway toward the Eamon Center. And of course, Santa Claus himself delighted onlookers as he ushered in the Christmas season from his sleigh at the tail end of the parade.
I'm having a wonderful time. Lake Orion is such a terrific community. All these beautiful lights, and people come out on a blustery night to see Santa in this wonderful parade. What great holiday Christmas spirit. I love Lake Orion. What a great town. Thank you very much.
You're welcome, Santa.
Afterwards, Santa made his way to Village Hall, where he met with children for a photo op and to listen to their Christmas wishes. Orion Township got in on the holiday fun with an annual event that brought families to the Orion Center. On the morning of Saturday, December 1st, area families flocked to the Orion Center on Jocelyn Road for the third annual Breakfast with the Grinch event. Kids and family members posed with the Grinch for a fun photo opportunity and enjoyed arts and crafts and some green eggs and ham to start their day. This year's event was so popular, organizers had to host 2 separate events, one at 10 a.m. and the second at 11:30 a.m. Each session accommodated 60 kids and their family members, making this year's event the biggest one yet. While that was going on, attendees were encouraged to wander over to the ONTV studio, where Santa Claus was waiting to meet with the children. Known as Santa Live, the event was broadcast live on local cable TV and on Facebook for 2 hours as a steady stream of families made their way through the TV studio.
I like to offer the Grinch because nobody else around here does, so it's a unique event and people come from all over. So ONTV does Santa Live on the same day that we do Breakfast with the Grinch, so the kids can get to see the Grinch and Santa at the same time. It's kind of good for the kids who are a little afraid of the Grinch. They can go see Santa at least, and parents can knock it out in one fell swoop.
So describe the atmosphere. What are you witnessing today?
Kids are having a blast. They're running around with doing crafts and just having a really good time, and they're overcoming their fear of the Grinch, which is awesome to see, and they're get to hang out with that and just have family fun.
As the holiday shopping season kicks into high gear, it's always challenging to find the perfect gift for a loved one. The Orion Art Center offers you an opportunity to find unique gifts to benefit a good cause. ONTV's Joey Tysick has more.
On the evening of Thursday, November 15th, the Orion Art Center kicked off its annual holiday market with an opening reception. Now in its 18th year, the event acts as a fundraiser for the Art Center, who collects 30% of the profits generated from the sale of original artwork.
What we do is we look for local artists to bring the stuff that they have created throughout the year to our gallery here in Lake Orion to sell at our market. We have this year, I haven't counted exactly, but around 22 different artists who have put their stuff in our market, so that's really exciting. A lot of good stuff this year.
The market's hours are Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturday from noon until 6 p.m. and Friday from noon to 8 p.m. The market is open until Saturday, December 22nd, with new items coming in over the next several weeks.
We have lots of pottery, we have photography, we have oil painting, acrylic, we have acrylic pours, we have some porch pots, so a lot of greenery, which seems to be a big seller already, and this is just our opening night. We have jewelry, we have some, just all sorts of things, a huge variety of stuff.
For more information, you can call 248-693-4986 or visit orionartcenter.org. In downtown Lake Orion, this is Joey Tysick reporting for ONTV News.
Thanks, Joey. As the road construction continues in the Orion area, residents will have to get used to a new phenomenon when it all comes to an end. Roundabouts will be a part of most residents' daily commute. On the morning of Wednesday, November 21st, dignitaries and representatives of the Road Commission for Oakland County gathered near the intersection of Flint Street and Orion Road to celebrate the official grand opening of Lake Orion's newest roundabout.
1, 2, 3. Yeah.
All right. You can look. I've looked at the morning rush through here. The backups are significantly less than normal, and as we tout, it's safety. By far, it's going to be a safe intersection for years to come.
Previously, a three-way stop planning to convert it to a roundabout began more than a year ago. Construction began after Labor Day 2018 to avoid conflicts with all the summer events that take place in the village. Police Chief Jerry Narsh has been pushing for this change for years. He urged drivers to use caution when passing through the roundabout.
It is new, and there's a learning curve, and we understand that. But they have to look at the yield sign like they would a stop sign initially. In other words, if there's somebody in the roundabout, if they're in the circle, you have to yield for them. They have the right of way. So it isn't designed just to blast right through. Slow up, take a minute, make sure that you're not confronting a vehicle in the roundabout, in the circle, and then move safely forward. There have been no reported traffic crashes since it's opened. And that's kind of the history in especially the mini roundabouts. They're safe, they're efficient, and what we're looking at isn't just today, is 5, 6, 8, 10 years down the road. We know the traffic increase at this intersection is going to vastly increase, and this will assist with that traffic flow.
One of the criteria in my decision to support this was I know for a fact people would bypass the village because of the backup that the traffic would have here at this tri-stop intersection. And as you can see, it's a real nice, easy, free flow going on now. And I expect that we'll have an additional 10+%, 15%, maybe it might be even greater than that, of people coming in to see the businesses that we have to offer and enjoy our community. And during the summertime and the events we have, there's a real benefit here.
Although the roundabout is open to traffic, there is still some work to be done. Lighting will help to illuminate the intersection at night, and there's been some discussion about adding some decorative elements to welcome drivers into the community. 11 years ago, the Lake Orion community mourned the loss of two brothers in a tragic car accident. Today, their memory lives on through an annual fundraiser that benefits a local nonprofit organization. On the morning of Saturday, November 17th, runners and walkers gathered at Lake Orion High School for the start of the 12th annual Schrauger Memorial 5K. 88 participants pre-registered, with more runners showing up on the day of the event. At approximately 9:30 a.m., the race was underway.
Today we're having the Schrauger 5K Memorial Race. This race remembers my two youngest sons, Josh and Timothy Schrauger, who died in a car accident 11 years ago. They were members of the Lake Orion High School, and they were both runners. Josh was a senior and a captain of the cross-country team. These were wonderful guys, and today we get to remember them and give to Love Inc. to help them and to help needy families.
The first Memorial 5K took place on November 17, 2007, which would have been Josh's 18th birthday. Despite the snow on the ground, conditions were fairly pleasant. The course took participants through the grounds of Lake Orion High School, with a few obstacles thrown in along the way. Proceeds collected from fees benefited the nonprofit organization Love Inc.
Well, basically, this is a wonderful partnership that we've had with the Schrauger family, and they've decided to donate the proceeds back to us so that we can help those out in the community.
Now, I know that to make this possible, you need the help of sponsors. Talk about that connection.
Absolutely. Rather than tell you specifically all of them, I don't know if you guys can see this on our shirt, but it's wonderful. We have sponsors who continue to help us year after year, and then we have new ones that join us, so we're thankful for them, because without them, we couldn't do this.
Crossing the finish line first was 14-year-old Jacob Gleason of Lake Orion with a time of 20:01.
Do you have any connection to the Schrauger family? What made you want to take part in this run today?
No, I just love running, so I feel like it would be it's good to compete, so.
Talk about the course. I mean, this much snow before Thanksgiving, did that make things tough?
Yeah, it's a little slipping and sliding, but the spikes helped a lot, so it was fun.
For more information on the efforts of Love Inc. in North Oakland County, you can call 248-693-4357 or visit loveincofnoc.org. One of the features of the Orion area that contributes to the quality of life for its residents is the extensive trail system. Former railroad tracks have been converted into trails that allow bikers and runners to explore the nature this area has to offer. On Monday, November 19th, dignitaries gathered on Clarkson Road, just east of Jocelyn, to celebrate the completion of a safety path that connects residents to the Poly Inn Trail.
So we're celebrating another section of the trail along Clarkson Road being completed. This was partially funded by an MDNR Trust Fund grant, so we're really grateful for the support from the state. And again, we're one step closer to connecting the Paint Creek and Poly Inn trails. If everything works out as planned, next summer we will be making that final connection on the east side of Lapeer Road to finally connect these two regional trails, which has been talked about for as long as they've been in existence. So we're really pumped about it.
Thanks to more than $800,000 in grants, approximately 1 mile of safety paths have now been completed between M24 and the Poly Inn Trail. The township is now planning on creating a safety path east of M24 to the Paint Creek Trail. When finished next summer, it will be another step toward the completion of the Iron Bell Trail.
So the first couple years it's in its existence, it was called the Governor Showcase Trail. It's an initiative of Governor Snyder, outgoing Governor Snyder, who is very big on pedestrian mobility. And so he called it the Showcase Trail. Later it was called the Iron Bell Trail because it starts or ends in Ironwood in Belle Isle. So Ironwood's in the Upper Peninsula on the border with Wisconsin, and Belle Isle is obviously in Detroit. So this section of the trail, this trail that we're standing on right now, is part of that statewide trail, which is really a cool thing for our community.
And finally, Lake Orion's high school's athletic teams have a long history of excellence. The district can now brag as one more team is added to the championship banner. Here's ONTV's Joe Johnson with the story.
After finishing the regular season 68-6, the Lake Orion Dragons varsity volleyball team entered the postseason ranked number 2 behind Farmington Hills Mercy. The team moved past the Oxford Wildcats in the opening round on October 29th, then moved past Holly and Clarkston to win the district. They advanced to the regionals where they defeated Troy and Rochester Hills Stony Creek without losing a single set to move on to the state quarterfinals. There they defeated the Flushing Raiders on November 13th. For the third time in school history, the team advanced to the semifinals on November 16th, where they upset Farmington Hills Mercy at the Kellogg Arena in Battle Creek. On Saturday, November 17th, the Dragons faced off against the Rockford Rams in the finals. Lake Orion took the first 2 sets, 25-18 and 25-23, before dropping the third set, 23-25. The Dragons bounced back to take the fourth and final set, 25-16, with the game-winning kill coming from Paige Briggs. For the first time in school history, the Lake Orion Dragons varsity volleyball team claimed the MHSAA Division I state title. I caught up with Coach Tony Scavarda and some of the team captains to get their reaction to this incredible accomplishment.
Kind of recap the season into the playoffs and the finals.
Okay. Well, I knew we had the talent to go far and make a deep run into the playoffs right from the get-go. We're a very deep team, and plus we have 10 seniors with a lot of experience on the team, so I knew we had the potential. Throughout the season, we were kind of up and down. We won a lot of games, but as far as playing our best volleyball, that didn't really happen until the postseason consistently. So in the postseason, the Stony Creek Regional Final, I think once we won that game, that's when we kind of looked at each other and knew that we could take this all the way if we really pushed and did it. So I think that was the time.
Let's jump to the finals. At what point did you think that state champs was possible?
I went into the game knowing that we could totally pull it out, and there was that third set lull that we had, but as soon as the fourth game started, I was like, this is it. This is where we're going to finish it.
Talk about your teammates and their attitude the entire season.
At the beginning, things were a little bit slow, like there were some injuries that kind of held us back, but as soon as postseason started, we were all in it to win it, and we were so determined, and especially after Stony, we really knew that we could take it all the way.
I always knew that we could pull it out. It was really fun to just play with my teammates, and especially Ryan I've been playing with for a very long time, so it was fun to play that last game with them.
Describe your teammates in the team. Why did you gel? Why did you play so well as a team?
I think we all were really in it. Before games, we would have conversations, kind of motivational things that we would try to do in the game, and I think we were all determined and we all wanted to win.
Probably the last 5 points. I knew we had such a big adrenaline and we were just going so fast nonstop, so I knew we were just gonna win that game. So I was getting so antsy and the whole time for those last 5 points, all right, we're gonna win, let's just hurry up and get it done so we can win already type thing. So
now, like I said earlier, it's never over till it's over, so when that final point came, talk about the relief, talk about what went through your mind.
There wasn't much that went through my mind other than we're state champs. Oh my gosh, I can't believe we actually did this. It was just kind of like a surreal feeling. It hadn't really shocked me. It's just a feeling of happiness.
So many things went through my head. One of the biggest things is just watching everybody pile on each other on the floor after that game point, thinking about 10 seniors, that's the last point they would ever play at Lake Orion, and what a way to go out for them. So that was the biggest thing probably going through my head.
And looking over your shoulder there, that will always be on the banner, that's got to be special.
Yeah, it's something that's kind of, it hit me after the fact. Driving to Lake Orion a few days later, seeing on the sign, congratulations, state volleyball champs, and that it's going to be something that forever we can say, we were part of history.
Since the victory, the team has been honored in a variety of ways. On December 1st, they participated in the Orion Lighted Christmas Parade. And on December 3rd, they were invited to attend the Orion Township Board of Trustees meeting, where the team was recognized by the Township Board. Congratulations, team. From Lake Orion, this is Joe Johnson reporting for ONTV Sports.
Thanks, Joe. And with that, we'll wrap up this edition of ONTV News. On behalf of the hardworking ONTV News team, I'm Stacy Calloway. Thanks for watching.